Have you ever wondered why a cavity is a one-way street? A cut on your skin heals, a broken bone mends, but a chip in your tooth is there for good. This is the frustrating reality of our tooth enamel, the hardest substance in our body, yet completely incapable of healing itself. But what if that could change? What if we could coax our teeth into regrowing their own protective shield? Today on G Fun Facts Online, we're diving into the revolutionary science that's making this science fiction scenario a reality. To understand the solution, we first need to grasp the problem. Your enamel is a marvel of biological engineering, a dense shield of a mineral called hydroxyapatite. But it has a fatal flaw. The specialized cells that build this shield, called ameloblasts, work tirelessly while your teeth are developing. They meticulously lay down proteins that act as a scaffold, guiding minerals into a super strong, woven structure. But once a tooth erupts into your mouth, these ameloblast cells are gone forever. No cells means no repair crew. So when enamel is lost to acid, wear, or decay, the body has no natural way to bring it back. This is why tooth decay is a global health crisis affecting billions, and why for decades, our only option has been to patch the damage. The history of dentistry is the history of patching things up. When you get a cavity, a dentist drills out the decayed part and fills the hole with synthetic materials like metal alloys, resins, or ceramics. For bigger problems, you might get a crown or a veneer. While these fixes restore function and look decent, they are fundamentally just patches. They're foreign materials that don't truly integrate with the tooth. They expand and contract with heat and cold at different rates than your natural tooth, which can eventually lead to tiny gaps and failure. Plus, getting a filling or crown often means drilling away perfectly healthy tooth structure to make it fit. And no dental restoration lasts forever. Even fluoride, our best preventative tool, has its limits. It's fantastic at strengthening the enamel you still have, but it can't regrow what's already been worn away. It hardens the fort, but it can't rebuild a crumbled wall. This is where a profound shift is happening in science. Frustrated by the limitations of drilling and filling, researchers are turning to nature's own playbook. This is the world of bio-inspired regeneration. The goal is no longer to invent a better artificial patch, but to create the right biological conditions for the tooth to heal itself. Instead of a mechanical approach, it's a biological one. The central idea is to use specially designed materials that act as a template, attracting the minerals already floating around in your saliva, calcium and phosphate, and guiding them to form a brand new, perfectly organized layer of enamel. One of the most exciting breakthroughs comes from the University of Nottingham. Scientists there have created a protein-based gel that mimics the natural process of tooth formation. When this fluoride-free gel is applied to a tooth, it forms a thin layer that seeps into microscopic cracks. But this isn't just a sealant. The proteins in the gel act as a biocompatible scaffold, a template for new growth. The gel then actively attracts calcium and phosphate ions from your saliva. These minerals crystallize on the scaffold, not in a random mess, but in a highly organized way that mirrors healthy enamel. In lab tests on human teeth, this gel grew a new mineral layer that was seamlessly integrated with the original tooth. It was just as hard as natural enamel and, incredibly, even more resistant to wear and acid attack. Researchers are optimistic this could be on the market within a few years. Meanwhile, at King's College London, another team has found a surprising source for regeneration: keratin, the protein that makes up our hair and nails. They discovered that when keratin is applied to a tooth, it interacts with the minerals in saliva to form its own crystal-like scaffold. This scaffold then attracts more minerals, gradually growing a durable enamel-like coating. This not only repairs the structure, but also provides relief from tooth sensitivity by sealing the tiny nerve channels in the underlying dentin. The researchers imagine this technology being delivered as a daily toothpaste for prevention or a professionally applied varnish for intensive repair. And again, the timeline is remarkably short. they believe a product could be available in just 2 to 3 years. A different strategy uses microscopic particles to physically plug the damage. A new toothpaste has been developed containing tiny spheres of amorphous calcium polyphosphate. These particles, just a few hundred nanometers wide, are small enough to enter and seal surface cracks in enamel. They also block the openings of the microscopic tubes in your dentin that cause sensitivity. Studies showed that after just 5 days, these particles create a durable seal, providing both immediate relief and a source of minerals for long-term remineralization. The field is exploding with other smart materials too. There's nanohydroxyapatite, which uses tiny particles of the enamel mineral itself to fill in defects. There's bioactive glass, which releases a cocktail of helpful ions in the mouth. And there are self-assembling peptides, small protein fragments, inspired by nature, that can spontaneously build a scaffold inside early cavities, allowing new enamel crystals to grow. So how do all these different technologies work? They share 3 core principles inspired by nature. First, they provide a scaffold. Just like nature used proteins to build a template for your original enamel, these gels and peptides create an ordered framework at the site of damage. This blueprint is the critical first step. Second, they harness the power of your own saliva. Saliva is a natural reservoir of calcium and phosphate, the building blocks of enamel. The scaffolds are biologically active, meaning they attract and concentrate these ions right where they're needed. They use your body's own resources to fuel the repair. And third, and most importantly, they guide crystal growth. Simply dumping minerals on a tooth would create a weak, chalky layer. The true innovation is guiding these minerals to form the strong, interwoven, highly structured crystals of natural enamel, ensuring the new layer is just as strong and durable as the original. As exciting as this all sounds, it's important to know we're not quite there yet. Most of these breakthroughs have happened in the lab, on extracted teeth. The next critical step is rigorous human clinical trials to prove these treatments are safe and effective in the complex environment of a real mouth. They need to show that the regenerated enamel is strong and lasts for years. After that comes regulatory approval. But the pace of innovation is staggering. The teams behind the keratin and protein gel solutions are already working on commercialization, and they project their products could be in your dentist's office within the next few years. For more than a century, damage to a tooth has been a story of permanent loss and artificial repair. We are now standing at the beginning of a new story, one of biological regeneration. The science of growing new enamel is moving from a distant dream to a tangible reality. This monumental shift from repair to regeneration is set to transform dentistry. Imagine a future where an early cavity isn't drilled and filled, but simply healed with a regenerative gel. A future where tooth sensitivity isn't just masked, but cured by growing a brand new, protective layer of enamel. This is the future that bio-inspired science offers. By learning from nature's own elegant designs, we are paving the way for a world where our teeth finally have the power to heal themselves, ensuring stronger, healthier smiles for a lifetime.